It's time to play the Hi Bob game. Simply watch the Bob...
Howard, I wanted to hear what that lady said.
As I was saying, simply watch the Bob Newhart show and count how many times people say Hi Bob.
Well, why don't we start things off?
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Hi, Bob. Wakey, wakey, Aikman Basie.
Sorry, try again.
Darn it.
Everybody loves the Hi Bob game.
This is the greatest game I've ever seen.
Weeknights at 10:30, 9:30 Central on MeTV.
Hi, I'm John Malos, and welcome to this edition, a live edition here on the showroom floor at Ventura TV on Comcast Channel 187 and 43.6. Today it's Ask an Expert Day. We have a chiropractor in the house. Hey, if you have back problems, if you have neck problems, call in the program, 436-MeTV, hit option 11, and save yourself that pain, my friends. Just hit 11 ASAP. Back with our guest in just a moment. And welcome back to the program here on a Thursday morning on the showroom floor at Ventura TV. It is Ask an Expert Day. Before we get into our program, I just want to say Game 7 tonight between the Spurs and the Heat. Can't wait to see that. And how many of those players, I mean, even right now, hours before the game, they're stretching. They're limbering up, getting ready for the game because some may have neck problems, back problems. Have you yourself ever had a back problem, a neck problem? Or you think maybe, oh, I think I've got a slipped disc. I don't know. I need to see a doctor or a chiropractor. Well, how do you know when to go to a doctor of your choosing or when the time is right to go to a chiropractor? How do you really know that? Let's go to the videotape and I'll show you exactly what I am talking about. Most of it is word of mouth, at least the good ones are. By word of mouth is the way Dr. Fred Renaud goes. That's right. He's of Sanger, working on one of his patients right here yesterday. 2 years ago, Dr. Renaud moved into a brand new building at Jensen and Bethel in the city of Sanger. Now, over the past 18 years, he's built up his clientele not by advertising, either on television or radio or newspaper, but he has done it through references, my friend, by word of mouth. After attending and graduating from Chiropractic College in Hollywood back in the late 70s, he joined his father, and they worked alongside each other for the better part of 10 years until sadly Dr. Renaud's father passed away. Dr. Renaud was born in Tokyo, Japan, moved here to California back in 1963. He went to Fresno City College, went to Fresno State, and now owns his own business. He's been in business for a long time. He's one of the good guys. Live in our studio right now is Dr. Fred Renaud, a chiropractor out of Sanger. If you have a question about your back, about a disc, about your neck, about when to go to a doctor, when to go to a chiropractor, when you may be feeling a problem, you feel something coming on in your neck or your back, call in, ask the question. 436-MeTV, hit 11, option 11, ASAP, and we're going to be back with our guest in just a moment.
Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're the save energy, save time, save money place. The Energy Star qualified, ready steam equipped, high efficiency Frigidaire affinity place. You heard right. Right now, save big on select Frigidaire laundry pairs and pay no interest when paid in full within 6 months. At the hometown low price, think outside the big box place. Since 1951, Ventura TV Appliance Center. We're working hard to be your place.
We're back live here on Comcast and 43.6 on this Thursday morning. It's Ask an Expert Day. We have a chiropractor in the house, and he's been around a long time. He knows exactly what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about when it comes to your neck, your back, or whatever the case may be if something is amiss in your body. Dr. Fred Renaud, good to have you. I've known you for quite a while. How have you been?
Doing good, John. Doing
Hey,
good.
How's everything in Sanger?
Very good. Very good.
How's that football team out there?
They think they're going to have a good season. I really do.
They had a good season last year.
Yes. Yeah. They made it to the Valley Championship and didn't quite beat Garces.
Yeah, who's that coach out there? I can't think of his name.
Chuck Shadan.
Something, Chuck something or other, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding you. I'm kidding you. Hey, we got a phone call right off the bat here, talking about back problems, I guess. Here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you?
Hello.
Hi. Turn the sound down on your TV, or else we won't be able to hear you. Hurry up.
Okay. Yes. I've got a problem here in the back. It's way in the lower back. I couldn't even. I just heard it pop. I lift up one of the floor jacks and it just popped. I can't even walk or nothing.
Okay. What's your question?
Well, I want to see if I can see the doctor and go see him.
Okay, I'm not sure I understand the question, but it sounds like he's got a back problem.
Did you say you lifted something heavy and then you hurt your back?
Yes.
Was this recently?
About 2 months ago.
It's been a couple months, and it's still hurting.
Lower back?
Pardon me?
Is it your lower back?
Yeah, well, lower back.
Okay. Are you having
It's like
radiating?
on one side. On one side, it hurts on one side right here. Lower back.
Are you having radiating pain down the leg at all?
Yes.
Okay. So it sounds like, yeah, he's definitely he's injured his lower back, and so yeah, you would want to get an evaluation and X-rays, complete history, and see if that's something a chiropractor could help you with. But it sounds like he definitely pulled something in his lower back, and he's got nerve irritation, definitely.
Nerve irritation where? In the disc? Or
between the disc and the two bones, that nerve goes all the way down the leg. And so that tells me it's in the lower part of the back.
And does it go down both legs or just one leg?
It could be one side or the other, or both.
Because you've got nerves going down both legs.
All the way to the feet.
So if you've got, pain, it could be your back.
Could very well be. And that sounds like that's what's going on.
So when you're lifting something, for Dr. Renaud,
yes.
How's the proper way to do it? You don't bend over, hunch over. You stand up or sit up as straight as you can, right?
You want to keep your back as straight as you can. So we say nose and toes pointed straight.
Okay.
So you squat when you want to lift something, and you use your thighs.
Okay.
That's where your strength is. If you're bending over at the waist forward, that's when you're stressing the lower back. And that puts a tremendous amount of stress on the disc.
So you don't want to hunch over when you do. You want to sit up straight and then let your legs do the lifting.
Let your legs and your thighs do the work.
Okay, and if you pull a thigh muscle, that's going to heal, but your back is a different thing.
Yeah.
If you ruin a disc or injure a disc, I mean, that could lead to all sorts of problems.
It can become chronic for years and years.
Yeah. Why did you get into the chiropractic business?
Mainly because of my dad. I always felt like I was here to serve in some way, manner, or form.
You wanted to please your dad, right? To a certain extent?
Probably a little bit. But he used to tell me of the people that he would help throughout the day, and I always thought that was pretty neat, without, any drugs or surgery. And it was just a great way to serve the public. And it's something I really enjoy doing.
I want to get into that later in the show about the drugs and the surgery, because a lot of people have both. Now, you brought a display with you. Before I get into the video, I want you to take this display and explain what we're looking at there. Whoops, that thing came out.
Yeah, it's on a magnet, so that just comes right off.
Go ahead and hold these up if you would, maybe. Okay. That'd be good. And then you can explain one way. Actually, I will hold them up to the camera, and you can kind of explain. Take Fred's camera if you would. There you go.
So what we have here is two vertebrae and a disc and a disc. And the height of the vertebra is what we, between the disc, is what we consider normal. The disc is made of cartilage and water.
Okay.
And it's like a shock absorber in between these two bones. Now, either through injury, like a fall of some type, or a lot of heavy lifting over a period of years, this disc can start to dry out. It doesn't hold as much water as it normally would, and it starts to crack. And become a little bit more drier than it normally would. As it does
is that
over
the next one?
Yeah, as it does over a period of years, about 10 to 15 years, it starts to get smaller, and you can see that difference in height between the two discs.
Yes, I can
and
see
then
that.
Another 10 years, we start to get bone spur formation.
Turn that over just a little bit so they can see the red, the irritation right there. See that?
Yes.
That red in the middle there is inflammation.
It can be, it's inflammation, but basically what it's showing is when the disc starts to break down, the inside of the disc was like a jelly type of substance, starts to push on that outer wall, and it forms a disc bulge.
Okay.
And some people might call that a slip disc.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
And when it pushes out, it can push on that nerve.
Yeah.
And if that nerve goes down the leg, guess where the pain goes?
Yeah.
Down the leg.
Down the leg.
Or numbness, or burning.
And the next one over is?
This is when they're almost fused and the disc is almost gone.
Oh my gosh, and bone is touching bone.
Bone is touching bone.
Is that when you need surgery?
It can be pretty close to that, yes.
Oh boy. Okay, let's go ahead and put this down, and I want to turn you, I know we got to go to break, but I want to show this video first. We'll turn you around to the monitor here and roll the videotape, and that's something I took in your office. That's exactly what we saw just a moment ago here in the studio. On the left is what?
That's, on this disc right here, that's a normal disc, and the outer part is what we're seeing, which is the more fibrous substance, and the middle is the jelly part. And then,
this one
you
here?
know, 10, 15, 20 years later, if that disc continues to decay, you can see where it starts to push out.
Yeah.
And when it pushes out on that nerve, that's where the really tremendous pain comes from. It can be very, very intense.
Yeah, you can see right there, bone touching bone, and of course the disc is virtually gone.
Yes, in that
It's
instance it
disintegrated.
is. Yes.
Gone. Gone.
Yes.
So, and you can see the inflammation and the irritation. So that's when somebody has tremendous back pain, and perhaps at that point they might need surgery.
There's a possible point, yes.
And what do they do when they go in for surgery if it gets to this point?
They may take the disc out and fuse the two bones together.
Okay. Okay, because if the two bones are touching each other,
there's still some disc in there.
There's still some disc in there, and maybe
Yeah.
some nerve in there that will cause pain.
And they'll want to clean out the space where that nerve comes out also.
Okay. All right, we're talking with Dr. Fred Renaud out of Sanger. He's a chiropractor showing us the ins and the outs of the spinal cord right there, and of course what you can do to try to prevent this from happening. Hey, stand up straight, do the proper exercises, go in and talk to Fred, see Fred. We'll give his phone number and the website in just a moment. 436-ME-TV, hit option 11.
Station 51. Station 51. Television is in dire need of help. Emergency. Paramedics John Gage and Roy DeSoto, please report to ME-TV immediately.
LA, Squad 51.
Dr. Brackett and Nurse McCall are awaiting your arrival.
Please stay with me. Just this one thing. It's very important.
Emergency.
Man, I never thought anybody'd find me here.
Fire department, stat. What's the address?
On ME-TV, weekdays at 5, 4 Central.
10-4. The expert today in the studio is Dr. Fred Renaud, a chiropractor out of Sanger, been practicing for many years, has a great reputation. Okay, let me ask you this weird question here.
Sure.
Okay, how do you avoid going to some quack? Well, I guess like any doctor, you can run into a quack, but when you think of chiropractors, maybe that's a little more common. I don't know. Do you find that people make some comments like that sometimes about chiropractors? Hey, how do I find one that is reputable?
Typically, you may know somebody that's seeing a chiropractor.
Yeah.
And it's generally it's word of mouth. Somebody you know.
Yeah.
Do you feel comfortable with this individual? Do they give you good service? Do they listen to you?
Yeah.
Or do they just run you in and out? And so
you listen to your patients, huh?
Yes.
And
in our office, doctor doesn't mean big shot. It means teacher. It means servant. That's different.
Yeah.
And so I think that's the key, is just finding somebody that you know that may be seeing a chiropractor. Chiropractors see a lot of people. There's a tremendous amount of people in the population that see a chiropractor for a various number of reasons. Obviously, low back pain or neck pain would be the #1 reason.
So chiropractic school, is that like going to medical school?
Yes.
It is.
Yes, but we don't learn medicine and we don't do surgery.
But you're still a doctor.
Yes. In California, you have a doctorate license. We have a state board, just like medical doctors.
Okay.
We have to take all the tests in order to get a licensure in the state of California.
What chiropractic school did you attend?
I went to Cleveland Chiropractic College in Hollywood, in Los Angeles.
Still there?
No.
Okay.
It closed about a year ago.
Okay. And you went for what, 4 years?
It was just under 4 years, yeah.
Okay. So you have to go to regular college, get your bachelor's.
You don't have to get your bachelor's in California. You do have to take your sciences, and you have to get your 2-year degree before you go to chiropractic college.
Okay. But to do what you do, you've got to go to chiropractic college and get the license.
Yes.
And do you have to renew that license?
Every year we have to take 24 hours of re-education to continue with our license in California.
Okay. Want to run another piece of videotape that I took yesterday in your beautiful digs there, your new digs at Bethel and Jensen at the corner of, same parking lot as Walmart over there.
Yes.
What are you doing here? What's this device?
This is called a flexion distraction table. Okay. And when a patient does have a bulging disc or they have a disc that's degenerating, this is a form of traction to the low back. It's very gentle, and it helps take pressure off of that nerve in the lower back. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people are a little worried about seeing a chiropractor because they feel like we're going to be cracking their back. And if they're in a tremendous amount of pain, you know, they have that fear. And so we explained to them that the type of treatment that would do most of the time for that problem would be flexion distraction.
What are you doing there? You just cracked his back?
For that gentleman right there, yes.
So what does it mean to crack your back? I hear that all the time. Hey, I need my back cracked. And you walk on my back, it feels better when you do that.
We prefer to use the term adjustment. Basically, we're mobilizing a vertebra in the lower back that's not moving the way it should.
So that's the official description?
Yes.
That's what someone means when they say, I'm cracking your back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. What are you doing here? Just a little massage?
I'm palpating. This gentleman here also has a neck and an upper back problem, and so when he gets tremendously stressed, which he does at times, I adjust that area. Yeah, you know, most people carry their stress in their upper back.
Okay, now what's this device? What are you doing here?
That's called a genie rub, and I use that to help people just relax at the end of the day. When they're getting off of work, they're all stressed out and they've had a rough day, and that helps them to relax a little bit. So when I do make the adjustment, it's much easier on them and me.
All right. Did you bring that device with you? Because our staff here needs...
yeah, I was told that. I forgot to bring it.
Oh, darn. Well, maybe next time.
Yeah.
So if you have a back problem, let's say you throw your back out, you're lifting something. In fact, this past weekend, I was cleaning out my garage and my shed, and I was doing some unnecessary lifting,
yes,
so to speak, okay? And I was very careful not to throw out my back. Now, what does that mean when you throw out your back?
Oh, like the gentleman that called in, he lifted something probably the incorrect way.
Okay.
And at times, you may not notice it right away. Sometimes you will. You might feel a pop in the lower back.
In the disc?
Maybe a disc. It may be a nerve. It might be a ligament. But that will cause immediate pain. For some people, they might not feel it for a couple of days. The body will deal with it as best as it can, and that's when the pain kicks in, when the body's telling you, I can't deal with it anymore.
So if that happens, are you ruined for life?
No.
I mean, are you going to have back problems until the day you die? Is that? I'm worried about that. So if I've maybe popped a disc or two in my time. I don't know if it was that serious, but I mean, we all have at some point.
Sure.
But then it goes away.
Yes, most of the time it will go away. Next to the common cold, low back pain is the most common complaint.
I know it is.
You know what that means? It keeps me busy.
That's why there's so many chiropractors in California.
Yeah.
I mean, in Fresno alone, the Central Valley alone is amazing.
California has the largest population of chiropractors in the nation.
Right, but it doesn't mean that you're going to have back problems for life.
Not necessarily.
If you throw your back out once or twice.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, we've got a call coming in. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you, sir? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good, you're on the air. What's your question for Dr. Renaud?
I've had back problems for many years now, and I've been taking medication. I was on Norco, then on methadone, and I'm not taking either one anymore. But I'm in a lot of pain right now from a disc, and what should I do to relieve it at this moment?
Is that the only treatment that you've had, is the medication?
I had back, I had went to a chiropractor before, and it did help relieve it, but I no longer went, and then it just started all over again.
It just started all over again? So it was working for a while, and then it flared up again during treatment?
Yes.
Okay. Have you sought any other type of treatment?
No, I've had CAT scans and all that done, but I'm thinking about getting surgery or something done because I'm tired of this pain that I've had so long.
Have you seen an orthopedist?
No.
If you've had a CAT scan, then If it's that bad and the chiropractic didn't help, that would be the next step to get a second opinion.
Okay.
That sounds
I
like a
guess
pretty...
I'll get back to my doctor then?
Yes, definitely. And don't let that linger.
So how long have you had this? How long has this been going on?
It's been about 20 years or so.
Ooh, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
So at this point, Dr. Renaud, should she see her doctor or her chiropractor?
Well, she sought treatment from a chiropractor, and she said
Obviously
it flared up during treatment.
Not working.
Yeah, it didn't work in that case. In 20 years, that's a long time to be dealing with something like this. She should have seen an orthopedist a long time ago.
Okay.
A long time ago.
Okay. And without knowing all the details of her case,
Yeah.
it sounds like surgery could be an option, maybe.
Might be for her. The medication she mentioned is very, very strong.
Now, what is that she mentioned? I heard it, but I don't recognize it. What is it?
I can't remember what she...
Is it methadone?
Methadone?
Methadane or methadone or something like that.
It's very, very...
strong?
Yeah.
Very strong.
So the amount of pain that she's having is probably pretty high.
Yeah. So it's a lot stronger than, say, Tylenol or
Definitely.
Excedrin or something of that nature.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. We're talking with Dr. Fred Renaud. If you have a back problem, neck problem, he can certainly give you some advice on the phone on maybe what to do if you're in stress or in a tremendous amount of pain right now. So call in at 436-ME-TV, hit option 11, and we're back with our program in a moment.
Frigidaire. We introduced the first home freezer, the first pulsator agitator washer, and now we introduce the Frigidaire Orbit Clean Dishwasher, designed with a unique wash arm that gives you 4 times more water coverage for a consistently better clean. Frigidaire, over 90 years of legendary innovation.
See the full line of Frigidaire appliances at Ventura TV Electronics and Appliances.
Back with our program and Dr. Renaud talking about back pain and surgery, and I do believe we have a call coming in. Yes, we do. Let's take it one more time here. Good morning. You're on Connect with Me. How are you?
Great. How are you
Good.
today?
Good. Got to speak up. Let's crank her up just a hair here. Speak up and turn down the sound on your TV.
Okay.
Okay. What's your question, ma'am?
Yes. I have muscular dystrophy and degenerative nerve disease in my back and bulging disc and arthritis. Will chiropractic relieve the pain?
With degenerative disc, yes. The muscular dystrophy, no.
I mean, just the pain. Will it relieve the pain? And have you worked with patients with MD?
Yes, I have.
Okay, because, you know, I'm in constant pain 24/7, and I've always been worried to go because of the bulging disc.
Did you see the type of treatment that I did on TV?
Yes.
Yes, that would be probably work pretty well for you.
Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
Then I guess I won't be scared and I'll go.
Yeah, if you could, Dr. Renaud, give out your phone number and your website so all of our viewers know how to get in touch with you.
Our website is RenaudChiropractic.com. In Sanger, our office number is 875-4000. And you'll talk to Deanne or Narcy, and they can set you up for an appointment.
Clovis, you have an office.
Clovis, we have an office in Clovis at Willow and Knees, and that's 297-1769. You'll talk to Cynthia, and Cynthia can get you an appointment in Clovis.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I hope you're pain-free here soon. Thanks for calling. I appreciate it very much. Let me ask you, Dr. Renaud, is there a line, when do you reach a point when you have to be careful if you're in pain and you're taking medication from your doctor, you don't want to get addicted to these painkillers? There's a fine line there, isn't there?
Yeah, it's become a real problem with addiction, prescription medication addiction here in the U.S. And I would say, very much communication with your medical doctor about that. I don't prescribe medication. I'm not a medical doctor, but if I have patients that are taking those types of medication, I encourage them. You need to talk to your MD about this, about slowly coming off of it as your pain subsides, because they are the experts in that area, not me.
Yeah. Is it easy to slip into that area of addiction?
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
And you don't even realize it.
Some people, they don't. No.
Yeah, well, but you can kind of understand their situation.
Yes,
they
I do.
want to alleviate that pain.
Well, they have to work, too.
Yes.
You see that a lot. You know, they still have to work, and it's hard to work and focus and concentrate and be in that amount of pain. So I can definitely understand that.
How do you know when to go to surgery? I mean, let's say you've got an opinion, then you've got a second opinion over here, and maybe an opinion from your chiropractor. You've got all these x-rays. You've got the pain, but you're afraid to go to surgery. Now that example over here on the far end, let's hold that up one more time. When it reaches this point, is that when you're supposed to go to surgery, or when?
When you can no longer function properly. That's
what does that mean?
Maybe you can't walk properly because your leg isn't working because it's numb and you can't feel your leg. Maybe you're having problems holding yourself and you can't go to the bathroom because it affects your bladder and your bowel too.
It does?
Yes, those nerves affect those areas.
Really?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yes.
So if you're having balance issues as well?
Yes, because some people might say, you know, I feel like when I'm walking my leg gives out of me, and they may start falling because that nerve, it's not working properly, and so the muscles don't know what to do. The muscles only do what the nerves tell them.
Wow.
Or you might have pain that's just so excruciating you just can't take it anymore, and you just want relief.
I want to go to the videotape one more time before we go. Yesterday you were working on a young lady here, and so you can describe what we're looking at here. Again, this is, what are you doing here?
This is called flexion distraction. This is what I was doing earlier.
Yeah.
And this is another patient whose disc in her lower back is degenerating. And so when I'm pushing down on the bottom portion of that table right there, what I'm doing is I'm opening up the space where that nerve comes out.
Yeah.
And we're also inducing movement between those two bones where that disc is decaying to help slow down that decay process.
Right.
And
again, I want to reiterate, because I did not know this. So you have so many nerves in your back. If you're having back problems, it can affect your bowels.
Yes.
And it can affect your bladder.
Yes.
And it can affect your balance of how you walk.
Definitely.
So those are 3 indicators right there.
Yes.
Amazing. Would that be the lower back or the upper back?
Lower back.
Lower back.
Yes.
Okay. When does the neck and the upper back come into play?
You will see more neck problems with patients that have been in car accidents.
And you see a lot of those?
Yes.
Will it trickle down and go to the lower back eventually?
Not from the neck, no. Typically that'll go down the arms to the hands. They'll have numbness in the fingertips.
When you're talking about the neck?
Then you're talking about the neck.
So it's the fingertips, it's the arms?
Yes.
So it's a different kind of pain, different kind of injury?
Completely. It's pretty much from anything in the head. You can have blurred vision, ringing in the ears. Headaches are very common with whiplash injuries. Nausea, dizziness, depression because of those symptoms. You see that a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there is a major difference between the pain that you're experiencing in your upper body,
Yes.
your neck and your upper back, and lower back. Different symptoms,
Yes.
different problems altogether.
Exactly.
And you handle both?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, your phone number one more time. You've got 2 offices. I want to give you a good plug here. And go ahead.
Sanger, it's 875-4000. And in Clovis, it's 297-1769.
Okay. One final thing that crossed my mind. Should you have a friend or a relative or a neighbor crack your back, or should a professional do it?
I wouldn't advise having somebody do that because they saw a chiropractor do that one time.
Right.
I've had some people come in that were injured by a relative.
How about somebody walking on your back? Would that help or hurt?
Most people think it feels good if they have a young kid on their back. I wouldn't let anybody that's much bigger than me on my back.
And quickly, we got 20 seconds left. The type of bed you sleep on at night, does that affect your back?
Yeah, the firmer the better.
Really?
Yes.
Is that really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So get a stiff board and put on top, right?
Well, you can put it between the mattress and the box spring.
Dr. Fred Renaud, good to see you. Gosh, continued success out there in Sanger.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, and go Apaches, huh?
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Go get them, Chuck.
Thank you very much, Dr. Fred Renaud, and we're back tomorrow with another edition of Connect with Me here on Me TV Fresno. Have a good day.